So there you have it, guys. We have built an incredible foundation of posing. Again, not just memorizing poses, is understanding the principles behind what we're doing. Remember, everyone wants to be flattered. Girls want to look and feel beautiful. Guys want to look and feel cool. Doesn't matter whether you're 70 years of age, doesn't matter whether you're 20. Quite simply, we need to bring out the best in whoever we are photographing. Of course, Lisa and Dylan are a beautiful, they're a very handsome couple. And does anything change if we photograph different body types or anything like that? No, it's even more amplified. It's even more important that we do those S-curves and we create the V out of the male's body and everything like that. If you're photographing more than one person, you're photographing a couple, I like the idea of actually at least somewhere where their bodies are touching. So we emulate that they're in love. Even if it's an editorial picture, it's not really meant to be too romantic. There's just something going on. Remember, posing has to be amplified in every part of the body. If I'm kissing with the face, my hands can't be in the pocket. If the legs are close, the face has got to be close, and so on. I have no problem with doing stylized, fashionable images. In fact, I love those. But we need to, if we're photographing a wedding, we want everyone to just look and feel beautiful. And if the location is screaming romance, the dress is screaming romance, then I want romance. And sometimes it might be difficult. You need to disarm whoever you're photographing in terms of they're getting a little bit nervous. I don't really feel comfortable, or a guy doesn't want to be photographed. Of course, the rapport that you build with your couples and whoever you photograph needs to be there. You can't just show up on a wedding day and expecting that the groom will have no problem being photographed and the bride is going to be effortless, because they might think that you just shoot photojournalistically. You're just a fly on the wall and they just do nothing. And then all of a sudden they're going to ask for all these photographs that just don't exist. So you must make sure that you educate yourself, as you're doing right now. You educate your couples as to exactly how you work and what you do and why you do it. And what I want you to do is, when you look at your couples, explain to them from the very beginning, I'm reiterating this, of course, reiterate that you need to tell your couples, your families, whoever you're photographing, exactly what you do and why you're doing it, because women will do anything for beauty and most men will do anything for their partners. So just understand that as well, because there's no issue. Remember to slow down. You'll get to the destination a lot quicker. Don't just go in there with your nervous energy and freak out. And I don't care whether it's your first wedding. Slow down, take your time, enjoy the process. You often saw me, and of course I didn't take any photographs today. I took fictitious photographs with the very camera that's filming me right now, and that is by everyone. We had Lisa and Dylan sitting and standing and squatting and all these different poses, and then we emulated what we would do behind the camera. But I slowed down. I didn't have the camera in my hands. I would not do that until I go back and work on my exposure, and then of course I evoke the emotion. You must remember that you could be a master at posing, but if you don't add emotion to it, you are photographing a meaningless, just fruitless exercise. There's nothing going on. There's no emotion. So technically it might be perfect, but there's no emotion. Therefore, the bride's not going to feel anything. So really, posing is like any art form. The stronger and the more masterful the posing, the more someone's going to feel when they look at it. It's something that you just can't ignore. I'm a photojournalist because I don't like to pose, or I don't know how to pose. There's going to be a time in your career that you are going to need to know how to bring out the best in people. And here's the thing, you might get a corporate couple who need to be they're a bit more regal, a bit more sophisticated. They might not be so lovey-dovey, and that's okay. You can't just do pose number 23 with bride number 47. It doesn't work like that. There are so many factors that come into play. I couldn't possibly teach you every little nuance or everything that I've experienced in my career. The important things that we're sharing with you, the principles behind what we're doing, so that you can apply them with the people that you're photographing. Of course, be sure to check out the corrective posing segment in this particular posing bundle, because it'll teach you how to actually work with plus size guys, plus size girls, plus size couples, and of course, you've got people with a bigger nose or a crooked nose or bigger ears, or one eye is bigger than the other, and all those kinds of things. We need to know how to handle that. So please just know that included with this bundle is the corrective posing module so we can understand how to do all of these things. When you add more people to the mix, so when you're adding a bridal party and family, please be sure to check out the Real Weddings included in this as well, so you understand how to work with bigger groups, but the exact same thing happens. We bring them in, shoulders back, lean forward, chest out, all these different things. I will tell groomsmen why I'm posing the way I'm posing. I'll tell girls to do the same thing. Point the toe, bend the knee, shift the weight back, lean forward, and why I'm doing it. I'll often tell parents to bring their chin forward and lean forward because we all will be slimmer in this area. I say we will all be slimmer in this area. I get faces tilting in, turning inwards. So remember to actually check out our case studies of Real Weddings of what it's like to actually pose organically and fluidly in a real wedding situation. So guys, you have to understand that repetition, experience, and practice will be your best teacher. You can't just learn posing on an actual paying gig, because let's say, for example, you do 20 weddings in 1 year. Then really you're only photographing for 3 weeks. 20 weddings is practically 3 weeks. Would you master anything in 3 weeks? Hell no. No, you wouldn't. So what I want you to do is realize that you will only get better if you practice not on a paying gig. So if you like what you've seen today and you want to apply it with what you do, why don't you go grab your friend, your cousin, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, whatever it may be, just go out there and practice. Practice a masculine pose, hang the body down, relax a little bit. Remember the nuances of everything that we've done. I want you to learn how to bring the shoulders back of our brides, leaning the chest forward, bending the knee. Some body types will not look good if you go too much. Some will not look good if you go too far back. Whatever it may be, just logically think to yourself, how would I bring out the best in who I'm photographing? Ultimately, guys, that doesn't matter who is in front of your camera, we need to bring out the best in them. And of course, if you look at the bride through the eyes of a loved one, you will only ever see beauty. If you look at the groom through the eyes of a loved one, you will only ever see someone handsome. There is no ugly, there is no attractive, there is just beauty everywhere. We simply need to understand that everyone's beautiful, everyone deserves our respect, and everyone just deserves our best effort. So educate yourself, which is fantastic, is what you're doing now, and then go out there and don't forget to have some fun. Because ultimately, if you strive for perfection, you'll probably never get it. For me, I just want a perfect moment, a perfect emotion, and that is specific to a couple. So build the architecture, add the emotion, and now we're talking. So we've covered lighting, we've covered location in our case studies, in our real weddings, in different manners and things like that. And of course, posing is a big part of what we do. You cannot ignore it anymore. Please do not do that. And of course, technique is about camera choice and lens choice and cropping and all these different things. And of course, emotion. Don't forget that without emotion, posing is dead. So thank you for the journey. I'm looking forward to sharing more with you, but practice what you've just learned, and I can't wait for us to grow together.